I want to go to you, though, on the idea of mail-in voting, and it seems to be sort of just a piece of a larger puzzle here. The president's attacks on the Postal Service, the president's attacks on this practice to muddy the waters this November. He's been repeatedly suggesting there'll be widespread voter fraud, like he did in 2016, when, of course, there wasn't any then, and there's no evidence there will be any now. He's calling about delays for reporting results on election night, and I think Americans should prepare themselves. We may very well not have a winner that night. It may be days or even weeks before we know who is the next president of the United States. But talk about how dangerous this rhetoric is in terms of not just perhaps disenfranchising his own rural voters, but just sowing chaos that week as America holds its breath to see who's the next president.
Well, yeah, first off, Jonathan, I've been sounding this alarm. Other people have been sounding this alarm for months. It's no surprise that the president of the United States is attacking the post office because it's all the groups that he hates. It's government employees. It's government employees. 21% of the employees at the post office are African American. About 8% are Latino. 40% are women. So this is the perfect agency for Donald Trump to sort of engage in the sexist, racist rhetoric and policies that he's always engaged in. But here's the problem. Look, I used to live in that small town. I used to teach at a college called Hiram College. It's actually not even a town. It's literally a village. The post office is extremely important. They support the local baseball teams. They donate to charities. It's a centralized location. When you shut down the hours, you're not just attacking the delivery of mail. You're affecting one of the most stable employers in the entire region. And the president, when he engages in activity, it's not only sort of economically damaging, but I have said this for a long time. We will not know who the president of the United States is on election night. We will not know for weeks. There will very likely be battles where blue state governors are saying, keep counting those votes. And the president of the United States will say, you better stop. And he may send in federal troops. All of this is going to be a nexus on the post office. And the president is trying to set up the battle already.
Casey, I know you have a question for Aaron, but really quickly following up on what Jason said, just like the post office is an employer, a really good, solid employer in rural America, the number one employer for so many small towns are hospitals, doctors' offices, health care services. And again, going back to Republican cuts in Medicaid, those are the places that are hurt predominantly, and it's rural Americans who lose jobs from those cuts as well.
And it's rural Americans who suffer when the one hospital that's within an hour or two's driving distance of where they live suddenly closes down because their finances fall out from under them. And that is one of the major inequalities in our system that's really been exposed. I mean, people who are catching COVID-19 in these rural areas already have limited options to take care of themselves anyway, fewer ICU beds. And this crisis has been really, really, really hard on those rural health systems. But I also do want to ask, I mean, this is all obviously incredibly important in the context of Joe Biden's presidential race. He's making this argument that, he wants to make these dramatic changes here. And we know his focus this week is figuring out who to choose for his vice president. And Aaron.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.